Right now, Nikola Jokic isn't just dominating the NBA, he's changing the way the game is played. After an incredible showing against Phoenix, he finished with 31 points, 21 rebounds, and 22 assists. That's not just impressive, it's history. He's the first player ever to put up a 30-20-20 stat line, and he did it with ease.
Jokic, caught in the air, finds Porter for three.
Nikola Jokic continues to show he's on a different level from the rest of the NBA. In February alone, he recorded 7 triple-doubles in just 12 games, and did it while shooting an incredible 70% efficiency. That's not just good. It's one for the history books. And just like that, he's right back in the MVP race, even as the league's attention seems to shift elsewhere. Think about it. How does someone who looks more like your friendly neighbor than a typical NBA star move so effortlessly on the court, make jaw-dropping passes without even looking, and control the entire game without breaking a sweat? Jokic makes it look easy, because for him, it kind of is. He's once again leading the Denver Nuggets to the top of the Western Conference, putting together another MVP-caliber season like it's business as usual. Elite defenders struggle to keep up, and games often look more like relaxed pickup runs than high-stakes matchups when he's on the floor. Yet despite all of this, the criticism still lingers. Some say he's just padding stats or that his numbers don't translate to wins. But let's be honest. Stat padding is what players do when they're chasing headlines. What Jokic is doing is something else entirely. He's dominating, leading, and winning. Since 2021, he's been the core of a Nuggets team that's consistently stayed near the top of the West. And in 2023, he didn't just post big numbers. He led his team to an NBA title and made it look effortless. So if people are still questioning his greatness after all that, maybe the problem isn't with Jokic. It's with how they're watching the game.
Murray moving left, fires to Jokic in the lane, kick out Brown, open three, hit it! Christian Brown with the second.
Let's be honest, Nikola Jokic doesn't look like someone who should be dominating the NBA. He's not built like Giannis, doesn't jump out of the gym like a young LeBron, and if you saw him in a gym with guys like Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, or Karl Anthony Towns, he probably wouldn't be your first pick. But looks can be misleading. Jokic isn't just keeping up with those stars, he's outshining them. He's redefining what greatness in basketball looks like. For years, we've been told the best players are the fastest, strongest, and most explosive. Jokic is none of those. What he brings instead is timing, touch, and unmatched vision. He plays the game at his own pace, luring defenders into a false sense of control, then hitting them with a one-legged fadeaway or a no-look pass that leaves everyone standing still. He doesn't just play well, he plays smart. Every move has a purpose. In some ways, he feels like a blend of basketball's greats, the court sense of Larry Bird, the passing of Magic Johnson, Hakeem Olajuwon's footwork, the vision of a young Arvydas Sabonis, and LeBron's control of the game, and he delivers it all with a shrug, a smirk, or a quiet word in Serbian. Jokic scores in ways that don't seem flashy, but they're incredibly effective. His mid-range shots are automatic. His three-pointers float in like they're on a string, and technically they're jump shots, even though he barely leaves the floor. That's pure Bird, but it's in the post where he's at his best. Spins, fakes, pivots. Every move keeps defenders guessing. Give him space, and the fadeaway is going in. Get too close, and he'll slip by like he's moving in slow motion. It doesn't look like it should work, but it does. Every time.
In the game in shot clocks, as Jokic gets past Plumlee, beautiful lefty scoop off play.
When it comes to rebounding, Nikola Jokic doesn't rely on athleticism. He's not flying above the rim, he barely leaves the ground, but he doesn't need to. With strength, smart positioning, and an incredible feel for where the ball's going, he's always in the right place at the right time. Then there's the part of his game that truly separates him from the rest, his passing. Yes, we've seen great passing big men before. Names like Arvydas Sabonis and Bill Walton come to mind. But what Jokic is doing? It's on another level. His vision, touch, and creativity make him look like a 7-foot point guard moving in slow motion and still thinking 5 steps ahead. He whips no-look assists, drops full-court passes right on target, and fires cross-court lasers into a shooter's hands with perfect timing. While others are reacting, Jokic is already setting up the next move. Still, some people question him. Maybe it's because he doesn't fit the usual image of an NBA superstar. He doesn't have Giannis's build or Embiid's towering presence. He looks more like a guy you'd see at the local rec center than someone dominating the best basketball league in the world. But basketball isn't about looks. It's about skill, and Jokic has every tool in the box. While others chase headlines, he just keeps winning. The media might not be as excited by his quiet brilliance, but the numbers don't lie. He's putting up MVP-caliber stats again and leading Denver back to the top of the West. At this point, the best player in the league debate should be over. Like it or not, Jokic already answered that question. And in February 2025, he didn't just shine. He delivered one of the most dominant stretches the NBA has ever seen.
Cheated way in.
Jokic going to throw it up from...
In February, Nikola Jokic didn't just play well. He made history. He averaged 27, 3 points, 12, 3 rebounds, and 11, 6 assists, per game. Those are eye-popping numbers on their own. But what truly sets them apart is how efficiently he did it. Jokic shot an incredible 73% true shooting for the month. That stat factors in field goals, three-pointers, and free throws, giving a full picture of scoring efficiency. Here's what makes it historic. No one in NBA history has ever averaged a triple-double with 70% true shooting for a full month. No one, except Jokic. And he's now done it 3 times. It's one thing to be efficient. It's another to completely control games while being that efficient. These aren't empty stats. Jokic is dominating every part of the game. In February alone, he posted 7 triple-doubles in just 12 games and came close to several more. At this point, it's no longer just about numbers. It's about control. Jokic is dictating the pace, flow, and outcome of games with the kind of command usually reserved for the all-time greats. So when it comes to the MVP conversation, it's starting to feel like there's not much of a conversation left. Nikola Jokic is back at the top of the MVP ladder, and truthfully, he never should have dropped from it. That's not a knock on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's had a fantastic year leading OKC. But what Jokic is doing is something we rarely see in this league. February was a turning point, but his dominance stretches across the whole season. Early on, when Denver was struggling, he carried the scoring load. Now, with the team hitting its stride, he's taken on more of the playmaking and rebounding. Since the All-Star break, he's averaging 15 rebounds and 5 assists per game. He handed out a career-high 19 assists against Indiana, then topped it with 22 against Phoenix. That set a new NBA record for the most assists by a center in a single game, breaking Wilt Chamberlain's mark of 21. On top of that, Jokic is on pace to post the highest player efficiency rating, PR, in NBA history, while averaging a triple-double. He ranks 3rd in scoring, 3rd in rebounding, 2nd in assists, and is tied for 3rd in steals. Winning MVP while leading in just one of those stats is impressive. Being top 3 in all 4? That's unheard of. This might be the best season of his career, better than either of his previous MVP years. Jokic has quietly been the best player in the world for the past 5 seasons, but right now, he's in peak form. Yes, Shai is keeping the Thunder near the top of the West and absolutely deserves recognition. But to match Jokic's total impact on the game, it would take something extraordinary. This MVP race could end up being the best since Russell Westbrook versus James Harden back in 2017. But unlike Westbrook, who won with a 6th-seeded team, Jokic is leading a top 4 squad on a 52-win pace, and Denver could finish even stronger, pushing toward 55 wins. With 5 weeks left in the regular season, Jokic is closing in on his 4th MVP, and the truth is, no one else is playing at his level.
Greatest of all time. Jokic in transition to Brown with the stop and the exclamation point.
At this point, Nikola Jokic's resume says it all. 3 MVPs, 7 All-Star appearances, 6 All-NBA selections, and a Finals MVP. We're witnessing the prime of a player who could easily go down as one of the top 10 to ever play the game. And yet, he remains the NBA's biggest paradox. He doesn't have the sculpted build of a traditional superstar. He's not chasing highlight reels or attention. He plays with the calm of someone just going about his day and still leaves the league's best defenders a step behind. Every year, people assume he's peaked, and every year he finds a new level. Once again, he's leading Denver to wins, growth, and serious title hopes. And this season, he's made a strong case to win his 4th MVP. But as we've seen before, dominance doesn't always win votes. When you've already won multiple MVPs, the expectations change. Voters often look for a fresh story rather than reward sustained greatness. It's happened to legends, Jordan, LeBron, Giannis, and it's happened to Jokic when the award went to Joel Embiid last season. Now he's not just competing with the best in the league, he's competing with his own legacy. The standard isn't just high, it's nearly impossible. But if anyone is built to clear that bar, it's Nikola Jokic. So what do you think? Should Jokic be the clear MVP this season? Let us know in the comments. And if you're enjoying these breakdowns, don't forget to like the video and subscribe.